Tomorrow, 3rd December 2025, Nifty's key intraday decision line is around 26,050 and Bank Nifty around 59,200. If bulls defend these zones in the first 15 minutes, upside opens toward 26,220 to 26,300 on Nifty and 59,800 to 60,200 on Bank Nifty. If 26,000 on Nifty and 59,000 on Bank Nifty break and sustain, deeper profit booking towards 25,850 and 58,400 respectively opens up. Welcome to Market Insights by Nersu. Dalal Street closed week on 2nd December 2025, with Nifty 50 settling at 26,032 and Bank Nifty precisely at 59,273.80, both giving back gains from recent record highs amid profit booking in banking heavyweights and rupee pressure. Private banks and large financials faced aggressive selling near overhead supply, creating a clear distribution day where intraday bounces were repeatedly rejected, underscoring supply dominance at current elevated levels. For tomorrow's session, the first 15 minutes will be pivotal. Nifty, if bulls defend 26,050 to 26,000, next targets 26,220, then 26,300 open up. If 26,000 breaks decisively, 25,880 to 25,850 becomes probable. Levels are approximate zones only, not recommendations. Bank Nifty, if 59,200 to 59,000 holds 59,800 first, then 60,100 to 60,300 possible. If 59,000 fails, 58,600 to 58,300 as deeper demand zones. Global market overview: why it matters for India. US markets showed mixed closes with S&P 500 and Dow holding year-to-date strength on Fed easing expectations, though recent sessions reflected caution ahead of key economic data like inflation and employment figures. European indices like FTSE, DAX, and CAC edged higher modestly, supported by regional growth signals, while Asian peers including Nikkei and Hang Seng traded flat to slightly positive amid steady tech and export optimism. This supportive global risk environment keeps India's medium-term uptrend intact, but short-term FII outflows and local liquidity tightening can create disconnects, especially when Nifty and Bank Nifty test psychological supports near 26,000 and 59,000. Overnight spikes in US yields or softer Asian handovers could pressure Bank Nifty open lower tomorrow, amplifying volatility around the first 15-minute decision zones. Indian market overview: Nifty plus Bank Nifty. Nifty 50 closed at 26,032 on 2nd December, down about 0.55% from recent peaks near 26,325, as banking drag and selective profit-taking erased intraday recovery attempts. Bank Nifty settled exactly at 59,273.80, off highs above 59,650. Reflecting heavy selling in private sector lenders amid valuation caution and foreign flows. Fundamentals stay robust with India's growth trajectory and earnings momentum, yet stretched valuations at all-time highs make the market prone to FII-led jolts and sector rotations away from financials. Both indices retain uptrend structure above key breakout bases, but today's bearish candles signal a consolidation phase with elevated volatility rather than immediate extension higher. Sector performance: why top plus weakest sectors behaved that way. Broad sectoral weakness prevailed, with Nifty Bank and Financial Services leading losses due to profit locking in overweights like ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank after their sharp multi-week runs. Defensive pockets in FMCG and pharma showed relative resilience, buoyed by steady demand outlooks and lower beta profiles, while PSU banks gained on selective buying tied to improving asset quality narratives. Media and auto lagged on ad spend worries and mixed volume cues, contributing to narrow breadth where advances trailed declines significantly. Mid-caps and small-caps mirrored the caution, down sharper on risk reduction, highlighting a shift from high beta momentum to quality defensives in this late rally environment. Top gainers and losers, news technical reasons. Asian Paints topped Nifty gainers with a strong close, fueled by brokerage upgrades citing robust volume recovery and margin expansion potential amid stabilizing input costs. Dr. Reddy's, Maruti Suzuki, and Bharti Airtel also resisted the downturn, supported by pharma pipeline optimism, festive auto demand tailwinds, and telecom tariff hike expectations respectively. Indigo plunged as a standout loser after a tax demand disclosure sparked unwinding from recent highs, while ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, and Reliance shed over 1% on heavyweight profit-taking and technical exhaustion post-breakouts. These moves amplified index downside, with banking losers' large weights turning Bank Nifty's late session bounce into a rejection candle. FII DII activity, cash plus derivatives with impact explanation. FII's continued net selling in cash markets, offloading over 1,100 crore rupees on recent sessions like 1st December, preliminary for 2nd December still updating, countered by DII buying exceeding 2,000 crore rupees that limited deeper falls. This flow dynamic underscores DII absorption of FII supply, maintaining structural support but capping upside conviction near record levels. Derivatives saw Nifty futures at premium to spot, reflecting hedged bullishness, while Bank Nifty options build up around 59,000 to 60,000 strikes fueled intraday pinning and whipsaws as writers defended positions. High open interest in these zones explains today's choppy rotations, with potential for gamma squeezes tomorrow if first 15-minute price breaks key strikes decisively. Technical analysis daily plus hourly plus 15 minutes. Nifty 50 structure. Daily chart shows Nifty pulling back to 26,032 from 26,325 highs, printing a bearish candle above the 26,000 breakout base but signaling supply exhaustion potential if support holds. Hourly view reveals slip below short-term EMAs with lower highs, yet broader channel from 25,500 intact, suggesting breathing room before trend invalidation. 15-minute action featured multiple rejections at 26,150 to 26,200, with fading volume on upsides confirming intraday distribution ahead of tomorrow's potential gap reactions. Bank Nifty structure. Daily Bank Nifty at exact close 59,273.80 formed a rejection doji from 59,656 highs, marking psychological 60,000 as firm supply after prior tests. Hourly charts display distribution between 59,000 to 60,100, with sellers dominating upper range and buyers tentative at lows. 15-minute rotations highlighted private bank weakness versus PSU pockets, but consistent sell-offs above 59,800 indicate shorts building for any strength tests tomorrow. Key levels: educational, not advisory. Nifty key zones: educational. Immediate resistance 26,150 to 26,220. Volume breakout here absorbs supply, targeting 26,300 plus retest. Major resistance 26,300 to 26,400. All-time high cluster with heavy options gamma. Immediate support 26,050 to 26,000. Intraday hold preserves uptrend momentum. Deeper support 25,880 to 25,850. Structural breakout pivot for bulls. Bank Nifty key zones, educational. Immediate resistance 59,800 to 60,100. Repeated intraday caps, breakout eyes 60,400. Strong resistance 60,300 to 60,400. Highs plus OI confluence for squeezes. Immediate support 59,200 to 59,000. Close proximity tests demand conviction. Deeper support 58,600 to 58,300. Weekly lows and channel base. All levels for educational structure study only. Market psychology. Why traders behaved this way today? Traders shifted to defensive mode post-record highs, aggressively lightening high beta banks on FII cues and rupee slides, turning bounces into rejection traps. DII buying provided floors, fostering sell strength by weakness, flows that kept volatility high without trend breaks. Defensives drew flows for relative safety, while leveraged names like Indigo amplified downside on news triggers, exemplifying risk of rotation in overextended rallies. This setup breeds liquidity hunts around option strikes, priming choppy opens until clear absorption emerges. Important news and drivers. Domestic plus global. Rupee depreciation and FII selling pressured financials, compounded by Indigo's tax notice and bank margin worries amid rich valuations. Positive brokerage calls on Asian Paints countered broader caution, highlighting stock-specific resilience. Global easing bets sustain backdrop support, but US data risks and yield moves loom as volatility catalysts for rate-sensitive Bank Nifty. Domestic macro strength persists, but flow sensitivity dominates near peaks. Tomorrow's market outlook. Nifty, bullish versus bearish scenarios plus trigger zones. Bullish, 26,050 to 26,000 first 15 min hold plus stable globals short cover to 26,220, then 26,300 if breadth expands. Bearish, 26,000 sustained break acceleration to 25,880 to 25,850 demand test. First 15 min trigger, absorption reversal at 26,050 signals bounce, volume downside confirms sellers. Bank Nifty, bullish versus bearish scenarios plus first 15-minute decision zone. Bullish, 59,200 to 59,000 defense in heavyweight squeeze to 59,800 to 60,100. Bearish, 59,000 failure extension to 58,600 to 58,300 structure. First 15 min decision zone 59,200 to 59,000, bullish wide range candles indicate rotation higher, breakdown sustains correction. Educational scenarios only. Watchlist for tomorrow, 2 to 4 stocks. Asian Paints, relative strength close above EMA's amid index weakness, watch continuation above swing highs for breakout study. Dr. Reddy's, higher lows plus defensive hold, test of recent highs shows momentum shift potential. ICICI Bank, Bank Nifty pivot, support reaction illustrates exhaustion versus further distribution. HDFC Bank, heavyweight behavior key for index breadth, intraday range tests supply absorption. Technical observation only. Rejection versus absorption. Rejection is equal to wick heavy candles reversing at levels, today's 26,200 by 59,800 examples. Absorption is equal to tight consolidation then breakout as orders get filled gradually. Tomorrow's 26,050 Nifty 59,200 Bank Nifty opens offer live reads. Repeated wicks is equal to rejection persists. Narrowing ranges plus volume spike is equal to absorption building for directional move. Mastering this distinguishes traps from genuine shifts. Nifty closed 26,032, Bank Nifty 59,273.80 on 2nd December amid bank-led profit booking, with defensives resilient but breadth weak. Tomorrow hinges on first 15-min action at Nifty 26,050 Bank Nifty 59,200, holds favor bounces to 26,220 by 59,800, breaks I 25,850 by 58,400. Use for education on structure psychology. Align decisions with personal risk rules and advice.